Hello, and once again, welcome to our Summer Dueling League in Heavy Gear 2. Here we have Eno, who we call wholesome and innocent, but he's anything but, we all know that. In his Den Mother, this Hellfire build, which you can already see is very formidable with its triple incendiary rocket packs. Against Zai, who is no slouch. His build is no slouch. It's a quicker build focusing on the secondary movement system with a heavy bazooka. That is a very popular duelist type of weapon. It's a lot of damage up front. It's very heavy damage. Wholesome or Eno not able to pick up Zai at first, but then gets a bear on him. Zai not able to utilize his extra velocity advantage very well there, and Wholesome able to get the kill. Now here we are in Caverns. This is an interesting map, one with water in the middle, which really gums up the secondary movement system. And here you see the effects of that, with Zai getting severely slowed down in the water, presenting a decent target for Eno to shoot at. In any map with water, if you're using secondary movement system, the trick is to figure out a way to play that into your advantage. It's not easy to do, but it's important to figure out and play to the strengths of your gear as best you can. Here we have Zai rounding the corner on the other side to try to change up his approach here and there, and you can tell that he's gonna need to do that. Eno's gear here demonstrating a huge obstacle for Zai. Zai is a good fighter. We fought with him before, but this is a tough one to deal with. And Eno with some good long-range shooting. The rockets in this game, as you may know, are not accurate weapons, particularly at range. They're kind of for area effect. And there, he was able to really deliver some good hits on Zai. So Zai in a bit of a hole here. He'll have to figure out something else in order to deal with the sheer power of Eno's Hellfire. And you can see Zai trying something there, going for the elevation. That's wonderful anticipation shooting from Eno. Unfortunate for Zai that the first foray up the hill didn't work for him. Here we go. Eno doesn't see Zai there. I wonder what's going on. Not able to pick him up there. He sees him finally, delivering some shots over his direction. Zai smartly running back behind cover, trying a different approach. Eno stuck in the water here. Even though Eno is not relying on secondary movement system, his gear is so slow that walking in the water is still tough. Water will slow down anybody. And there he gets the jump on Zai. Knows where he is, uses good movement technique to get some forward velocity despite his very slow gear. And rounds the corner and sees Zai. Turn around, Zai, turn, Zai! And there he is. Nice jump so that he can get the height advantage and just put a nice cozy blanket of incendiary rockets over Zai. Alright, let's see what happens here. Zai is a good duelist. We know him. And he will have ideas. When something isn't working, he'll come up with something else. Missed jump there from Eno as he falls in the water and it slows him up, but he's able to get out. But there's Zai over there. Zai trying to get the jump on him, but getting stuck in the water. And Eno is able to close the distance very quickly and deliver the killing blow. So you see a little graphical glitch here in Heavy Gear 2. It's just one of those things. It's an old game. Running on modern hardware is going to present issues like that. It looks like Zai is in the water. Let's see what he can do here. That's a tough position for him to be in. You see he's just barely crawling in the water. Eno jumps over him, can't aim down. He cannot point his gear down far enough to get a target on him. This has got to be Zai's opportunity. Turning around. What are you doing? Oh, Zai, unable to bring his heavy bazooka to bear, overshoots Eno and falls in his line of fire. That's unfortunate for Zai. And good resilience from Eno, able to take a tough situation and get the victory out of it. Eno hitting him from long range, using the rock here for cover. Little jump, just a peek, just to take a peek. Using the forward slope to get some momentum to clear the water on that jump. Here comes Zai around the corner. Zai is fast. This map has some tough terrain, including the water. Unfortunately, the increased speed of the secondary movement system doesn't make up for the lack of maneuverability. So Eno able to predict those movements and get the kill in. It looks like maybe there was a kill registered that didn't count, and they're just gonna not count it. It's the duelists will often agree. Oh, Zai with a good hit, and you can see the power of the heavy bazooka there. A lot of damage even against the heavily armored assault gear like Eno's Den Mother. But yeah, the duelists will agree to either count or not count a kill that wasn't registered on the scoreboard. It happens fairly often, particularly when you are using gears that have explosive weaponry. There's something to do with the netcode that I guess can cause issues. And I guess that could be only one of many problems that could cause a death not to register on the scoreboard. Here you see Eno using the kickoff maneuver, a very common one for speedrunners and duelists. And Zai's got him. Oh, and Eno being completely dry, all weapons out of ammo, switches to his bare hands and delivers the final blow. Great punch. A great punch and a great fight from these two gentlemen. This round goes to Eno. Zai is going to have to figure something out. Let's see what map they choose, and let's see if that presents any further opportunities for Zai to play to the strengths of his gear. Here we are. This is a interesting map. Just a bunch of chest height walls. Immediately we go for the speed run tech, the kickoff maneuver, and a good use of that there. And Eno is able to get his shots in. And Zai getting held up on the corner, and that before he can pick up speed, Eno is able to turn and lead his rockets into his path. Good kill. And here we go. Eno jumping over the wall. Well, kicking off the wall and jumping over the wall behind him. That was pretty cool. And a misfire with the punch there. And you see here, Zai had a big disadvantage because his bazooka is low slung. It's fired from the hip. So it's hard to get shots over this wall. Meanwhile, Eno's weapons are high mounted, and there's Zai switching over from his SMS to his very slow walking speed just to get the extra maneuverability of being able to, the extra mobility, I should say, of being able to jump over the wall and deliver a great heavy bazooka shot on Eno. And Zai stuck there, unable to turn in time. The low maneuverability really getting to him, and both of these boys are demonstrating really low mobility in their builds. It's like watching two big battleships slug it out. And here we go, a kickoff where it actually clipped through and he just jumped over the wall. And once again, same thing. I don't know if he's trying to jump over or kick off, but either way, he's rolling with it. There's a kickoff there, a successful one, and a really great kill in midair for Eno. Zai's got quite the hill to climb. You can see the gears turning though. Zai adapting his tactics, just trying to get any advantage whatsoever, play to the strengths of his gear, switching for more mobility versus speed in order to clear these walls and maybe even get a shot in, because when you can't jump, his weapon being so low slung, it can't shoot. Here he is opting for SMS to pick up some speed and be maneuverable and evasive, but it does not work out for him this time. But you see the gears turning in Zai, and you can see what a competent duelist he is. even though this one's not really going his way, he's able to think about the problem, and they're just clipping through the wall, delivering a hit, a critical hit. And you see how Eno's gear is crouched down there. That means he broke his legs, his movement system, and had that fight drawn on, Eno would have been just dragging a leg behind him at around 7 kilometers an hour, giving Zai a bit of an advantage. But Eno able to still bring the weapons to bear and kill him, but Zai getting one back right after. And here we go, Zai jumping, Eno getting him out of the air. That was a great shot. This is a lot of firepower on Eno's gear here. And what is he doing? It's one thing to hide from the guy, another thing to just give away your position with shots that'll never hit him. But he's trying stuff. I appreciate that. And there's Zai. Oh, a direct hit from the bazooka. That's got a hit, and another hit. And these two knights jousting. Eno comes out victorious on the other end. Oh, man, that's unfortunate from Zai. He had 2 good hits on him. I don't know how Eno survived that. Doing a nice kickoff in the corner there, able to get a lot of velocity. And a little jump here. All his guns are dry. Hold on. All right, now they're reloaded. And a good kill there. Looks like maybe one kill didn't register here too, unless I missed something. I don't know. Either way, these two gentlemen will fight it out until the scoreboard says what it needs to say. And Eno picking up the heavy bazooka from his fallen opponent. Is that even legal? I don't know. He hasn't pulled it out yet. He's not using it, and he doesn't need it. There he goes. Victory to Eno. A great fight. Oh, that's where the kill didn't register. That's so interesting. So they're going to fight again. Which is fine. And let's see. There he is. We're jumping. We're trying something. A little kickoff. See, the kickoff at the angle is good, and he's even able to clear the wall behind him. So it gives him a harder kind of deflection shot for Zai to hit, especially with the bazooka, which is a slow-moving projectile, but also able to clear into behind the other wall for extra cover. But Eno getting the kill, getting the round, getting the match. Great fight from these gentlemen. Thank you for that, and thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next fight.